This guy, he's been on Comedy Time TV. Please welcome Mr. Pudge Fernandez.
All right, New York, what's up? Happy to be here. Yeah, New York City. You know, they say New York City is one of the greatest cities in the world, right? I say it is a great city, except when it comes to the rent. That's where I draw the line. The rent is so high in New York City, it forces people to live with each other, like me and my wife. I swear to God, we want to get a divorce, but we can't afford it because the rent is so high. And every time we have an argument, it's always the same thing. It's like, I hate you. I hate you. You cheated on me. You cheated on me first. Get the hell out. The rent is due. Maybe we should work things out. I'm originally from Queens, New York. Yeah, I don't usually get a lot of love when I say that. It's always been hard to tell people I'm from Queens because we've always been told that we're not the coolest borough, like we're not the toughest borough, and I believe that, and I think it's true because I realized like this one time when I went to Manhattan, that's when I knew. You guys have been to a New York City nightclub? Right, in the middle of the night, the DJ grabs the microphone to do that borough check to see who's representing. Right, that's when I knew. Because in the middle of the night, he'd be like, Brooklyn, where you at? And they're all like, what? Then he's like, Bronx, where you at? Boop, boop, boop. Then he's like, Queens, where you at? Oh my God, that's us over here. Thank you. He's so nice. That's when I knew. I also found out we were voted the nicest borough out of all New York City. Because we're the only ones that say please and thank you while we're robbing you. That's our street cred. One fun fact about Queens that I love sharing with people is we're the most diverse borough out of all New York City. Did you guys know that? We were so diverse growing up. Every race had their own personal cab service picking them up. I swear to God, the Mexicans had their own cab service, the Indians had their own cab service, the blacks had the NYPD. Everyone was getting a ride, just not all to the same place. That's what I love about New York City. We can laugh at racism because we all know racism hits everybody. Nobody's immune. Like I remember the first time racism hit me, I was in a supermarket of all places. You guys ever been in a market and you're waiting online to pay and you start talking to the person in front of you kind of to pass the time? So I'm online, I'm talking to this guy, we're going back and forth. Finally he pays and he's about to leave, but before he leaves, he turns to me. And he's like, hey man, so where are you from? I'm like, yo, I'm from Queens, born and raised. He's like, wow, you really speak great English. I didn't know there was a Queens in Mexico. I didn't know what to say. I was like, gracias, gracias. Gracias, pendejo, gracias. I get that a lot. A lot of people, when they first meet me, they always assume that I'm Latino. Actually, I'm only half Latino. My mother is from Colombia, and my father's missing. Originally from Queens, New York, English was my first language. I didn't speak Spanish. But when you come from a Latino family, you always have those Latino cousins that do speak Spanish fluently. And they used to love teasing me because they knew that I didn't understand the language. Like every time I went over their house, they used to be like, yo, Pudge, what do you want for dinner tonight? You want chicken or pollo? See, you're laughing, because I didn't know. I didn't know. I was like, yo, give me chicken. Because I think I'm allergic to polio. I didn't get the shot. I didn't get the shot. I had a rough childhood growing up in Queens. I came up in a broken home. My parents got divorced when I was a baby. They were typical divorced parents. They used to have this thing where they always, they used to love telling me how much they love me, but they used to love telling each other how much they hated each other, and sometimes they did it all at the same time. I'll give you an example. Like every Friday night, before my mom used to send me to my dad, she used to pull me aside. She was like, Pudge, Papi, come here. Come here. tell your daddy that hijo de gran puta desgraciado piece of shit that mommy needs the child support check, okay, papi? You tell him, and don't forget, I love you. I love you, papi. I carried you, papi. I carried you. And then I'd spend the weekend with my dad, right? And come Sunday night, he would send me back to my mom with a retort of his own. Then he'd pull me aside. He'd be like, Pudge, papi, come here, mira. Tell your mommy, that puta sucia whore slut, that when I get the money, she gets the money, okay, papi? You tell her I said that. Mira, don't forget, I love you. I love you more. Mira, before you came out of her, you swam out of me, papi. You swam out of me. Don't forget. Guys, I'm Pudge Fernandez. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Pudge Fernandez.